Okay, this is my video of the problem from lesson 5.8 that you had a question about. So I'm going to take it from this point. Brother O'Shaughnessy's video had this down, and I think it made sense up to there. So this is the equation we're going to try to solve. And the first thing I notice is that there's a common factor here of 8, and actually I'm going to make it -8. So I'm going to factor out -8 from each of the terms here. And you can double check and make sure I did that correctly by redistributing. -8 times 2, -8 times -15, and -8 times 22. And since it's equal to 0 and I'm solving, my next step I like to do is to just go ahead and divide each side by -8. On the left, 0 divided by -8 is just going to be 0. And on the right, -8 divided by -8 is going to be 1. And 1 times the rest of that is just the rest of that. So I now have this. So hopefully you can see that factoring out the -8 and then dividing it out makes it a much simpler equation to solve. So now let's use the AC rule. A is 2, C is 22, so 2 times 22 is 44. So I have my little chart here, and I want two things that multiply together to be 44 and add together to be -15. And you can see that -4 and -11 work. So that means I'm going to rewrite this as 2t squared minus 4t minus 11t plus 22. And now I'm ready to group. So if I take a look at the first two terms, they have a common factor of 2t. And when I take a look at the second two terms, they have a common factor of -11. And notice how I actually factor out not just 11, but -11. And also, it's not a bad idea at this point to double check by using the distributive property. So if I distribute 2t times t and 2t times -2, that gives me 2t squared minus 4t, and -11 times t and -11 times -2 gives me -11t plus 22. So that's been done correctly. Now I notice that I have a common factor of t minus 2. So I'll write that first, and then what's left is 2t minus 11. At this point we use the zero product property, set each factor equal to 0. So I can expect two solutions here. One of them is just t equals 2. The other one, we start out with 2t equals 11, but then divide by 2, and t equals 5.5. So those are the two solutions. Hopefully that's helpful, and good luck with your studying.